Well, I started a video, but then I was like, well, maybe I should plug my laptop in because the battery is on my laptop is at 42%. It's nice seeing. Okay, so I got a microphone icon on my laptop, and it says Windows camera is using your microphone. That's good to know. All right, so I got my food in the oven. It's nice to have vegetables again because I was like, all I had was some chewy farro and this bean mixture that I made. I mixed up, I processed some lentils and split pea with a bunch of stuff, which was supposed to be like a fake meat. I was trying to make a burger out of beans, but I put so much stuff in when I processed it that the consistency was not. It wouldn't have worked for a burger. It just turned into like this dip kind of consistency. So it's got a bunch of stuff like mushrooms and tomato and onion, garlic, and put a bunch of stuff in it. Too liquidy. So I got this bean mixture. And I still have some farro. And the vegetables that I have are potato, some russet potato, and I would have liked to have had some spaghetti squash, but I finished that up because the spaghetti squash was too small. So just potato with the cauliflower, and I'm gonna add pepper and a little bit of salt, just a little bit, and sumac, which is expensive, and crushed red pepper, and a quarter teaspoon of turmeric. So that's my lunch. And some, right before I have that, I have a batch of smoothie that I made of dates, some Datorade. Now that was some water. Okay, so back to the scrapbook. Here's a photo. And beneath that photo, it says, Johnson, Mitchell Johnson. In 1998, he and accomplice opened fire at middle school. So here's one of the many times in the United States where there was a school shooting. I wonder how common school shootings are around the world, but because I just hear about school shootings in the United States. Release of Arkansas school killer raises questions of justice. Mitchell Johnson was a 13-year-old boy in 1998 when he and an 11-year-old friend ambushed and murdered, 4 children and a teacher in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Wow. On Thursday, he was to be a free man. Both Johnson and accomplice Andrew Golden were convicted in the murders, but the state could only hold them until their 18th birthdays. Federal gun charges have kept them in prison until they turn 21. Johnson did that Thursday. Though federal officials would not confirm the release, a local prosecutor said he would have been told if it had not happened. Golden will be in jail until 2007. Arkansas and many other states have gotten tougher with underage criminals in recent years, rewriting laws so they can be charged as adults and given longer sentences. The laws in effect at the time of the Jonesboro shootings required the boys be treated as juveniles, said Craighead County, Arkansas Deputy Prosecutor Mike Walden. I knew the day I stood in that schoolyard where the shootings happened and heard the ages of these boys that this is what we'd come to, Walden said Thursday. Arkansas law has since been amended so prosecutors can ask that adult sentences be added to some juveniles' prison terms after they turn 18. The law could not be applied retroactively to Johnson and Golden, Walden said. In the boys' hometown, some wonder if justice has been done. How could anyone think Johnson or Golden would be rehabilitated? Dale Haas, the former sheriff, said to the Associated Press. The Jonesboro killings happened March 24, 1998. The boys stole hunting rifles from Golden's grandfather. They arrived late to Westside Middle School. Johnson hid outside in some woods. Golden went in the school and pulled a fire alarm, then joined Johnson. As students and teachers fled the building, the boys opened fire. Wow. Teacher Shannon Wright was killed as she tried to shield students. Oh, that's horrible. Golden has never publicly explained his actions. Johnson said in court in 1998 that he was sorry and that I thought we would just shoot over everyone's head. Whoa. His mother has told the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette that he will not live in Arkansas, but she has not said where he plans to settle. Earlier this year, Villanova University law professor Richard Redding wrote that from 1995 to 2003, the number of states that automatically transfer serious juvenile offenders to criminal courts rose from 21 to 31. Also by 2003, 46 states allowed juvenile court judges to waive jurisdiction, so some underage offenders can be tried as adults in criminal courts, the Justice Department says. Wow. All right. Here's a photo. And below the photo it says, "A kiss is still a kiss." In Times Square, Edith Shane smiles after the unveiling of a sculpture that reproduces a famed photo of a sailor kissing a nurse during a celebration of the Allied victory ending World War II. Shane claims to be the nurse. Software glitch stalls Software glitch stalls Mars orbiter's launch. NASA on Thursday postponed until today the launch of a spacecraft to Mars after a problem popped up in the computer software used for monitoring the fueling of the liftoff rocket. The problem with sensors and software appeared minutes before liftoff. We weren't quite sure what the cause was, and we felt we didn't have enough time left to pursue it any further, said Chuck Dovall, NASA launch director. The 2-ton Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, equipped with the largest telescopic camera ever sent to another planet, is scheduled to circle Mars for at least 4 years. It will collect information on Mars's weather, climate, and geology, and is designed to help NASA plan where to land 2 robotic explorers. The orbiter and its mission are budgeted at $720 million. UN agency rebukes Iran nuke program. The International Atomic Energy Agency, the United Nations nuclear watchdog, rebuked Iran on Thursday for restarting its nuclear fuel program this week. The resolution, adopted unanimously at the agency's 35-member board meeting in Vienna, expressed serious concern and urged Iran to suspend the program again, as it had for 9 months. The resolution did not refer the matter to the Security Council for possible punishment, but scheduled a meeting September 3rd to hear a report on Iran from IAEA Director Mohammed El-Baradei. President Bush said the resolution showed that the world is coalescing around the notion that the Iranians should not have the means and the wherewithal to be able to develop a nuclear weapon. But Iran's IAEA delegate, Cyrus Nasseri, said his country will not bend. Iran will be a nuclear fuel producer and supplier within a decade. Iran says it intends to use nuclear fuel for electricity, not bombs. Turkey charges man in plot to bomb ships. A Syrian who had plastic surgery to change his appearance exclaimed in a Turkish courtroom Thursday that he had prepared a ton of explosives to attack Israeli tour ships. The Istanbul court charged Luay Sakra with membership in an illegal organization. Defense lawyer Ilhami Sayan said. A police statement said Sakra had an important position within Al-Qaeda. 5 cruise ships carrying about 5,000 Israeli tourists diverted from Turkish ports in recent days because of intelligence that an attack was imminent. UK detains 10 considered security threats. British authorities detained 10 foreigners suspected of posing a threat to national security and planned to deport them, the Home Office said. Among the men detained were Sheikh Omar Mahmoud Abu Omar, known as Abu Qatada, a Palestinian cleric who has been called Al-Qaeda's spiritual leader in Europe. 18 videotapes of his sermons were found in a German apartment used by the 9/11 hijackers. He also was convicted by Jordan in absentia for planning terror attacks in 1998 and 2000 and given life imprisonment.